everybody? I'm Blessed and Free. Welcome back to another episode of DOC TV. So man, it feels good to be back on YouTube. Gonna start dropping content again. Man, I miss fucking with y'all. I know a lot of people out there support the channel. Been gaining new subscribers, and I really appreciate it. For anybody new stopping in, hey, hit that subscribe button and turn your post notifications on all, so every time I drop an episode, you can hear it first. So man, for this, there are already people that are subscribed and watching videos. Man, what y'all think of the new background, huh? That shit look fire, right? Hey, the reason I made a new background is I moved, and you know, I wanted to change it up a little bit, but I went on 23andMe, did an interview, and there was tons of people in the comments saying that hustle sign looked like I had a bow on my head. So I ain't wearing no bows. So I switched it up a little bit. Let me know what y'all think of it though. I think the shit looks sweet. I'm sure there's going to be people commenting saying, oh, you like dudes behind you or some shit like that. But man, Arnold, conquer.
With me if you want to live.
Get to the chopper!
He's a perfect example of coming from nothing and making something and doing something with your life. And I'm all about, you know, people that have been through the struggle and had nothing or lost everything and have came back and done something with their life. And they conquered, man. And that's what I'm trying to do. You know, I moved, me and my girl moved our shit on our own. So it took a minute. I had to wait for, you know, certain things to happen in order for us to get shit done. And that's why I haven't dropped videos. Also, before we moved, like before the day we moved, I got real sick. And then after we moved into the new place, I found out that I had COVID. And man, that shit will take it out of you with a quickness. And I was in bed. I was fatigued. I could barely, you know, put a thought together because the headaches were just like, like going nuts in my head. And I got really depressed, man. Like the COVID shit, like you don't know, you know, it's different for each person. So you can literally get it and not know you have it. You can get it and be real sick, or you can get it and die. And so, you know, I also want to be upfront with you guys and tell you about my personal struggles, because I think, you know, a lot of people that may watch me or other YouTubers, you know, just because we got these bright lights on and you know, shit looks like everything's figured out for me. Like I got it all together, and that's not the case, man. I still struggle on the daily with stuff, the same shit that everybody else struggles with, relationships, you know, addiction, just everything, financially, all that shit, man. And I also want people to know, you know, that when I wasn't dropping videos and after the whole COVID shit went on, you know, again, this is me keeping it real. Like I have struggled with depression before and, you know, PTSD. And PTSD was enhanced when I was in prison, but it started before prison. When I was a juvenile, you know, I was 18 years old. My boy that was like 20 something, he had just got out of prison, got into a fight at a bar, and the people we were fighting, as we were leaving in a car, pulled up in a car next to us and sprayed the car and shot my friend 8 times through the door. And ever since that night, man, you know, when you're almost murdered, that'll tend to give you some PTSD. And, you know, so after COVID, I had stopped taking medications and I just was wilding out for a minute, man. I kind of lost myself through like everything that was going on, but I'm back. And, you know, that shit's not going to happen again. I miss you guys. I miss dropping content. A lot of people struggle with mental health that have been to prison. They also struggle with addiction, because when you go to prison and you have either one of those things, you're not getting treated in prison for either one of them. So all that happens is you go to prison, you do a bunch of dead time, and then you get out, but you get out with the same problems that when you went into prison. And that shit needs to change, and the only way that shit's gonna change is if people like me and these other YouTubers keep dropping content exposing just how messed up the system is. It's not only messed up with mental health and addiction, but it's just messed up in general. Everything is. The sentencing guidelines, all that shit needs to change, and we are the only ones that are gonna change it. Promise you that. And you know, legislators and all that shit. But we need to push the agenda for change. When I made this channel, the first thing I said to myself was, I want to make a YouTube channel, but I want to be as real and authentic. Like, I don't want to pretend to be something that I'm not, because that's just not in my bloodline. Like, that's never been me. So I'm going to keep it real with you guys, because I know, you know, people that are watching me are real and they go through the same kind of shit that I go through. And I think that's what makes us so relatable, is because, you know, I share my stories like with prison. I'm sure there's people that have been to prison and they relate to my specific story, just like somebody else may watch another YouTuber and relate to their story. And that's all good, man. You know what I mean? But the main thing is to keep it real and bring you that raw, that real, that fire content. So I'm going to be dropping more personal stories. I got some more personal stories for you to drop that had happened in the last couple weeks. I'll just give you guys a hint on one of the next episodes. It's going to be right here. Yeah. So I definitely want to share that story on another episode with y'all, because it's so easy for you to just go out about your day and get caught up in some bullshit. And, you know, you didn't go out intending it to be like that, but sometimes shit just finds you. And it's so easy to go back to prison, especially like people like me that have already have a record. Any little thing I do, the state attorney's going to want to send me back to prison. And, you know, through this channel, I hope to reach younger people that are kind of still in that life and are doing shit that can get them to prison. But I also want to keep it real with you and let you know, like, just because I have this channel doesn't mean that I don't run into struggles throughout the day. I appreciate everybody who has sent me messages, has reached out to me, has called me. And, you know, shout out to Jay Williams. He's really like calling me and saying, man, you need to get back to YouTube, bro. What's going on? And honestly, like, I didn't know if I was going to come back, because, you know, when you go down the wormhole on YouTube, there's a lot of people doing the prison genre and the jail and the crime and all that. And, you know, for a minute there, I was like, damn, like, am I biting their styles? Like, am I trying to do my shit like they do it? And I mean, I've watched some of them and I like the shit they do. And then, you know, I really just said, like, man, my story's my story, and I'm going to tell it the way I went through it. And, you know, I have people that have their own stories that I'm tight with, and I'm going to bring them on and let them share their stories with you guys. And, you know, if anybody's been rocking with me for a minute, you know, I got a homeboy that's been in prison for like the last 10 years. Finally talked to him on the phone, and you know, he's going to, with Game Time, he should be getting out in less than a year. And he's been locked up, you know, 3/4 of his life. So I'm going to bring him on. Probably going to help him make a YouTube channel so he can share a lot of his story, because, man, the dude's got a fucked up story. And I know there's a lot of other people that do too. So he's going to be doing that. And, man, but it feels good to be back. Shit. Going to be dropping interviews too still. And I'm going to start covering some crime and just keeping my personal stories flowing, man. But this last month, I gained like 1,000 subscribers. Really didn't even drop a video. So I know there's people out there that are fucking with the channel. And I'm back, man. So I hope you guys are still fucking with the channel. And that's pretty much it, man. Just wanted to give you guys an update. If you haven't and you're tuning in for the first time, man, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn your post notifications on all. So every time I drop an episode, you can hear it first. And with that, it's DOC TV, and I'm out.